touchdown run. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
Absolutely. Just that 1 pick with the 3 touchdowns so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And all the way up to the 47-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 42 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. They find some open field here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 36 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our
But she's
guys.
singing, too.
No, she's singing.
She's on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's third down. The Lions on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3.
Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. The 20. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Amendola, he was the intended target. On first down, it's Montgomery, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Still churning. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
A lot of people might call this back.
And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. But now it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here comes Cohen. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Alert, alert, alert.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Runs through the contact. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second down, Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But
got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards that time. When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, with it faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
On the ready.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. James has got it, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone. And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done... He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jesse James there to make the grab. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown. It's like my old high school coach used to say, Charles. He said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up. Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh? This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right. Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or 2. He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one, 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
This is Cohen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Trey Flowers just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky to throw. Robinson's got it. And they can't corral him. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Well, the pass complete. This one to Danny Amendola. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw here. This one complete to Lacy. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
I got you, pump. Switch.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Again, it's Cohen. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,